be you though. A pretty guy with a halo. But who am I kidding?
Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jordan Stacy Green, and here on this channel, I love to deliver healing messages through tarot. Hey everybody. So I am filming this intro after I filled the piles. So, yeah, let me just get right to the topic. So today's topic is going to be nurture. Hence all the Cancer, Moon, or like fourth house cards here. It is a very tough, shifting time in the world. There's so much chaos going on. If you are an astrology person, we are right now in a shift where Pluto has left Capricorn and is in 0 degrees Aquarius, and in the death, birth, restruction planet in the sign of chaos and innovation, ruled by Aquarius, it's been a shocker. There's been CEOs. It's been a shocker. It's been crazy, and we're going to be in this energy for a little bit longer until Pluto really settles, and there's other like transits and stuff happening. So, what I wanted to do is see how can we just get a little comfort, a little bit of nurture in about what's going on with our situations. And of course, this is going to start off light, and it gets really deep. And the definition of nurture is care for and encourage the growth or development of. And I think I repeat this a bunch of times because it's not smothering or covering a problem. It's not looking the other way. It's not someone else solving it for you. It's a support of something that you're going through. It's an encouragement. It's the mother on the other side when the baby's taking his first step saying, "Come to me, come to me." Smiling another face to help you get to where you got to go, but she can't make the baby walk. So, in this tough times, with the tough things that are happening in our lives, because as the planet is shifting and all the crazy stuff in the world, our lives are also rearranging in the same way. So, what are some nice ways that you can get some nurturing messages? So let's get into the piles. So this is for number one. Okay, and this is for pile number 2. Lovely. And pile number 3. All right, so the cards is just a little conduit. The pile selections will be down below, and I will see you at your piles. Hi, pile number 1. So let's get right into it. It's such a difficult time right now. I have not filmed the intro for this yet. I went straight into recording the piles. So I'm not even sure what the intro to this is going to be like. So I just have to, I'm really just flowing with it. But it's a tough time right now. Astrologically, and I'm pretty sure I'll get better at explaining this, but astrologically, there is a strong, powerful, painful shift happening. And I truly believe in like as above, so below, and like we're all connected and we're all one. And so as the planets are shifting into this strong transit, we are going to be feeling that, and that's going to be reflecting down below. So I just wanted to not give a heavy message of let's what you need to fix, but more of nurture. So how could this message nurture you? And I looked up the definition of nurture, and nurture is care for and encourage the growth or development of. So nurture is not just about smothering or just like taking care of and impeding. It's not suffocating. That's a lot what I got from that definition. Nurture is encouraging and helping someone get through their development, wherever that kind of development may be. So that leads me here to this topic. And how can I help nurture you? So the first thing I'm going to look to, where in your life you may need some nurture. Why does that area need some nurture? And going forward, how can you nurture yourself? So, pile one. The first card that comes up for you and where you need some nurture is the Two of Swords. And the feeling that I'm getting, your nurture is going to be very mental. I don't know if the people in your life can see and even know if how and when you need nurture in this area, but it's very mental. And it feels like it's coming when you have to make choices, decisions, big ones, small ones, but it feels like the care you need is this mental energy or this mental anguish or anxiety that you get when it's time to make a decision or a choice. And if this does not resonate, you might be with a different pile, because this message is very strong that the nurture needs to come to the mind. And when it's time, some sort of, I don't want to say clarity, because it's not clarity that you particularly need. Maybe that's what you think you need and that's what you're seeking for, but it's not clarity. Why does that area need care is represented by the Ten of Swords. And I think sometimes when you have an inability to make a decision, it's burdening you further. It's adding more to your plate. Because no choice is still kind of a choice. But someone else is making that choice for you. Be it the universe, be it your coworker, your partner, your children. When you cannot make a choice, something else in your atmosphere that you're interacting is going to make the choice for you. An example I have, and this is a personal one, is a debt. I had a debt that I left unpaid, and I made no choice. I didn't pay it. I didn't call the people and speak to them, and then now it has interest. And because I didn't make a choice, I froze. A choice was made for me, and the choice that was made for me was in the interest of someone else with interest. I don't know if that's a bad joke or not. So when you don't make a choice is it's still being made, but it's not by you. And then it becomes heavy. It becomes burdensome. And then not just even burdensome like in life, but it weighs on you mentally. It's heavy. It's taking you down. So you need some nurture and some care in the decision making process. How do you nurture yourself in that decision making process? Pile number one, you must make a decision. And I'm not saying it like it sounds easy, like, oh, make a decision, quick, but you have to move forward. You cannot let life drag you behind. Especially because it feels like you're a kind of person who do not want to live like that. It feels like when other people are making the decisions for you, that is causing you stress and anxiety and is weighing you down. So the solution and the way to nurture yourself is to go ahead and make that decision and make that choice. Even if it's quick, even if it's fast, even if it's rapid, don't let the stress of maybe the past of things that went bad before or maybe things that can go bad down the line, do not let that weigh down your decision or your choice. You have to start making choices for yourself. And sometimes they're going to be right, and sometimes they're going to be wrong, and sometimes you're going to feel good at the moment, and sometimes you're going to regret those shits later. But they're all going to be things that you decided and you move forward for yourself, and that someone else did not choose and or decide for you. Part one, I hope that really resonates with you because the message is coming through very strong. The people in your life might not know how to help nurture you with this. And that's because it's on the inside. This is something that you are dealing with on the inside. So you need help or you need support when it comes to making choices. Tough ones, small ones, big ones. So don't be afraid to bounce the ideas off the people in your life. Don't be afraid to tell them that you might need a little bit of validation about your choices. You might need a little bit of backup when it's time to decide things. Maybe there are times where you don't overanalyze, don't overthink it, and make it. Boom, quick. The way that you get past this is just by doing it. Just by doing it. So, hey, you want this or that? Don't overthink it. I'll take this. You want red or blue? Blue. I'll try blue. And if you don't like blue, the next time someone asks you red or blue, you know you're going to want red. It's going to be so healthy for you because once you start doing it, you're going to see it's not as bad or troublesome. Like the floor beneath you is not going to crumble. No one's going to die because you made this choice versus that choice. It's all mental. It's all stress in your mind. Power one, the fact that you think so much about your how you want to move in life or how how your decisions affect people, that like because you already have like a piece of the puzzle that is giving you like this nice, lovely, healthy kind of healthy perspective. You already have like that. I don't know what to call it. If it's like a gene or a piece, like a lot of people don't worry so much about this decision. There's some people who are like extremely impulsive and they just like, fly by the seat of their pants and they go quick. So you already have that safety net of someone who is mentally mindful of what they decide. So because you have that, you might be a little bit more better at making quick choices. You might have been prepared for that. Yeah, part one, you gotta shake it up a little bit. You gotta get a little. You have any Aries friends? You need some Aries friends. You got any Aries friends? You have any Gemini friends? You have any Sagittarius friends? Those you need some. You need to open up to a little bit more impulsive people in your life. If you know someone with any Aries Marses or Gemini Marses, like they just going quick, fast, just boom, 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 boom. You ever seen like a Gemini like picking up stuff, putting stuff down? Surround yourself with those people who make those quick decisions. I think you're going to be so much more prepared than you think you are because you spent so much time thinking in your head. Yeah, it's time to go for it. It's time to go for it. It's time to do it. Boom. And you're gonna get release some of that that burden, some of that tension, some of that anxiety that's been building up. Okay, Part 1, that's all I see for you. I hope you have a lovely day. Thank you for clicking on my channel. I hope to read for you again. Take care. Hi, Part number 2. We're just going to get right into it. And we're going to see where in your life do you need some nurture? How can we nurture you? Why that part in your life needs nurture? And how to give yourself that nurture going forward. So the definition of nurture is to care for and encourage the growth or development of. Pile number 2. Where in your life do you need some nurture? And I'm feeling it real. I'm getting choked up and I'm feeling it really heavily and deep. It feels like there's a part in your life where your heart is breaking over and over and over and over again. There is a situation, there is a person, I don't know if it could be many things. There is something, and you know who you are, you know what this is. It weighs very heavy, but there is something in your life that is breaking your heart over and over and over again. The pain is not subsiding, it's not getting better. The situation is causing you so much pain. I am so sorry, Paul, too. It feels like an extremely heavy burden. I'm just going to hold a little bit of space for how heavy this feels and how intense whatever your situation is that you are going through. All right, pile number 2. Why does this thing that's breaking your heart? I mean, I'm going to pull a different card for this pile because I mean, I had the second one is like, why does the area need care? But if something is causing you this much pain, like we know why it needs care. I mean, the Queen of Cups is looking right here towards this. I think it's going to be very important for you to put not a masculine kind of nurturing. And when I say masculine kind of healing, masculine is very going physical. There's a feminine kind of nurturing and healing that has to go to what is breaking your heart. To the situation. There's a softness that you have to bring to it. If you've been bringing a toughness to the situation or a hardcore, like, oh, no nonsense tough to this situation to try to heal it, it needs a softer, more receptive kind of touch. It needs that kind of fluidity of water. It doesn't need fire and spark. It needs the softness, healing, cooling touch abilities of water. The situation that is breaking your heart, it needs for you to be tender with it. It needs you to be soft with it. It needs you to be gentle with it. You see how she is massaging this cup versus the 3 swords that is stuck through this heart and bleeding. She's touching this cup very gently, very softly. The situation that is breaking your heart needs you to be gentle, soft with it. It needs you to bring a receptive, healing energy to it. That is very important message for you, pile number 2. If you try to force this healing situation if you try to use force, it won't work. And there's times and situations where forcing does get you healing. I'm not a doctor, but I know someone comes in, there's time people have to reset bones so it can heal right, and you have to re-break it to put it in the right area. But that's not what this needs. Re-breaking this is not going to heal you. You need a softer touch. Now, after you re-break the bone, the doctor's going to tell you to rest up. They're going to tell you to put your leg or that area up. They're going to put it in a cast to protect it. This situation doesn't need force. It needs for you to protect it. It needs a soft kind of touch. Okay, point number 2. So, how to nurture yourself through this heartbreaking situation that maybe you keep returning to, that you keep going with a stern fist. We have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Is there something that you have to let go of? Pile number 2. Is there a belief? Is there a system? Is there something deep rooted? Like, it feels deep, like family dynamics, religion, work ethic. There's something deep rooted, maybe in the way you grew up, maybe in the way you were raised or where you were taught to believe. There's some sort of deep rooted belief or picture perfect view of something that you don't have. It's not the right one that you're holding on to, that it feels like it's contributing to this heartbreak. And maybe not even something that you feel like something you inherited. Something that you inherited. The example and this is could be it doesn't have to be your case. The example, this feels like, I don't know, maybe somebody's parent dies and they leave them a family business, and they're like working 15 hours a day to keep this family business afloat, and maybe their parents or passed it down to them and that's what they wanted for them, but now it's not working in this time and era, and like holding on to this business and this family legacy is breaking their heart. But there's just a compassion, like, all right, they build it, but now it's my business. I get to do what I want with it right now, and it's not serving me, so let me let it go. And I will be soft and nurturing. I'm not gonna be like this ruthless person, but putting all this time is not serving me. So that's just like an example or a sample of what I'm getting. There's something that was inherited or deep rooted, and same thing with religion. Like, when you don't really get to choose your religion is chosen for you by your parents. When you're a little kid and they're taking you to church and you're learning about all that stuff, a lot of times you're not given an option. Like, do you want to believe in God? Do you want to believe in, I don't know, Muhammad? Do you want to believe it? You're at the mercy of the line of your family. So it's something deep rooted, something that you inherited, something that was given to you, whether it was like physically or whether it was mentally, emotionally, a system, a belief, a job, a career, a business, a house. It's something that you inherited, emotionally, a way of life that is causing you this heartbreak. It needs compassion. It doesn't need more hammering of it, but you have to reevaluate what it looks like, and you have to let it go, because the way to nurture yourself is to have this 10 of Pentacles card come up, because this is where you want to be. You're not putting in all that stuff to be sad. This is where you want to be. This is what you're striving for. This is what you deserve. It's not an easy one, pal. Too. I felt that. I'm gonna put one more card. Just, yeah. Look at this bottom. Yeah, that's it. Turn it into something else. Grow it into something else. Branch it off to something else. Make it fit you. Make it fit so this card is gone. Make it nurture you. Make it work for you. All right, pile number 2. That's all I see. Thank you for clicking. I hope this resonates with you. I hope it brings you some comfort in what is a very interesting, crazy time. All right. Hope to see you again. Okay, pile 3, let's jump right into it. Where in your life do you need some nurture? Where can you be encouraged and cared for? What part of your life do you need support, development? Why does it need it? And how can you give it to yourself? So pile number 3, let's get right into it. The area of your life that needs nurture is it's something to do with your desires. Your desires in a way that you're chained to them. It's giving some form of addiction. I have to be open and honest about what I see. It's giving some form of addiction. And addiction comes in many shapes and sizes and forms. And we all know drugs, alcohol, sex, gambling. But addiction also comes from, addiction also shows up in sugar. Addiction shows up in social media. You're not being able to leave your phone. Addiction shows up in your trauma responses, giving into that. If you're a person who has a trauma response of flight, always being on the go, giving into that. Being addicted to the chemicals that are soaked in your brain from that response. Your desires, what you desire, what you are chained to. This is the area of your life that needs some nurture. Pile number 3. Where do you feel chained? Where do you feel, what part of your life, I don't know, almost feels out of your control? Feels out of your control, led by someone else, chained to something else, run by something else. That's the part of your life that needs this nurture. There is no shame. Please do not feel shame. There's no shame. This world is set up for that. But if you clicked on this, it was by no happenstance. It was no coincidence. This is a deep part of your life. This is yeah. Yeah, pile number 3, you feel so chained to this, so burdened to this, so so in deep. This part of you needs care. I don't know if you've been neglecting it, or and one of most addictions is gonna come lots of shame, lots of shame, and then please don't feel no shame around. This is not the channel for it. But those shameful parts, you still need to give it care. You still need to give it love, and you still need to nurture it, because that's the only way that you're going to heal and get through it. Why does that area need care? Because that's the only way you're going to heal and get through it. You are so worthy of getting through it. You are so worthy of love, and you so have it in you. Pile number 3, the message is, this has to happen quickly. This has to happen quickly. There's no time to waste. This has to happen very quickly. You have to get on it as soon as you can. Step by step, bit by bit. You have it in you. This has to happen quickly. How do you nurture yourself? You tackle this head on, quickly. This Knight of Swords is on its way to slice these people, to slice these chains, to cut this connection to this other thing that you feel has a hold on you. This Judgment card is not judgment in the way you think. It's not judgment in the way that you shame. These people are, hand is up. Their hand is up. They're not hiding from it. It's not a shameful judgment. It's not that Christianity like Judgment Day where Jesus is going to leave you behind. That's not that kind of judgment. This is the kind of judgment where they see your pain and your suffering and they understand. This judgment doesn't want you to feel shame. They want you to be able to see how you are chained and see how you're the one who can set yourself free swiftly, with focus. The shameful parts of you still need nurture, still need love, and still need care. Pile number 3. That is so important. And yes, sit down with it and judge it, but not from a hateful place, from a loving place. From a loving place, not from a place where you hate yourself. But when you sit down with it and you start to know at these chains that's holding you down, you might be able to see a clearer path on the actions that you have to take. Here's a card, there's an Emperor. 8 of Wands, fast. Strength. Okay, I'll move that up. It's time to design a new plan for your life, pile 3. That's how you nurture yourself. It's time to design a new plan for your life. And I'm not saying like it's easy, especially if you have addictions. And I'm not even saying it's easy to find help. But you have to be determined. You got to keep going. That's going to be the most important part. That you keep going. That you don't stop. You don't give up. You keep going. You keep trying new things. Swift action. I'm so sorry that you're going through this, pile number 3. The universe is not going to give you nothing that you cannot handle. There's no There's nothing that the universe and your higher self is going to give you that you cannot handle. Your soul came down here to experience these things, to grow, to graduate, to to evolve, and you can handle it and you could do it. You're not a slave to whatever this thing is like you think you are. You have more freedom than you believe you are. You're stronger than you believe you are. Look at this situation. Look at what you're going through. Is there a history of this in your family? How did it get to you? Is there a cycle of trauma? Did something happen to you in your childhood? Did something happen to you when you were an adult? Where did this develop? Did it come from your parents? Is it something that they had that they passed down to you? There's ways that you could view this that can help you heal without the shame. It's going to be a lot or different for depending on who the person is or who's watching this. But there's ways to look at this without shaming yourself and to cut through it. There's no cups here. This is not an emotional thing. This is going to take mental energy. This is going to take strength. This is going to take passion. But you could do it. You could do it. Once again, this is the judgment that these people are fucking waiting for. It's not that kind of judgment where you're afraid. These people are hands up waiting for it. You can overcome whatever this is. It's very possible. I didn't say it was easy, so don't roll your eyes. Possible. Not easy. Possible. I'm going to hold space for you tonight. Pile number 3. I come from a family of people who have addictions. Even if you fall in and out and in and out, in and out, you have to keep this up. Keep it going. Keep fighting. Fighting for yourself. This is also important. As you are going on your journey of breaking this, you're going to have to constantly continue reconstruction. And that's going to be fine too. Keep rebuilding. It's going to change what it looks. You're going to have an idea in your head of what it looks like, and then it's going to change, and you're going to have to keep rebuilding, and that's fine too. But you got this. You could do this about 3. All right, that's what I see, feel. I'm holding a special space in my heart for you. I promise, pile 3. The universe is not. There's not a burden that you cannot handle. You got this. You could do this. Even if you fall down 100 times and you could do it. It's possible. You could break those chains. There's a life for you, and you could feel it, can't you? I could feel you feeling it. You can feel that there is a timeline and there is a life for you where you are not chained to this, whatever the fuck this is. All right, take care.